Hello, here I am. I'm Julia, and today we're going to do some lying down yoga poses, particularly designed to help strengthen your neck and back. So come and join me. Lying, first of all, we'll come on to hands and knees. Here we go, on hands and knees. Now, if that's difficult on wrists, because wrists can get a bit grumpy, as can every joint in our body, come to the knuckles. Just make sure the rings are turned in. And here, can you move your hips in a lateral circle? Now, as we do these, you'll work out which ones feel best for you. And the ones you don't like, don't bother doing. Or the ones you don't like now might be ones that you come to love later on. And let's change directions. See how big you can make that circle. While you're doing it, try and keep your belly muscles lifted up to look after and nourish the spine. And then coming back to neutral and pulling the belly right up and let the head drop down. At the same time, roll the arms in so the shoulders come up towards the ears. And rolling the arms out, let the chest come up through the arms and other way. You'll notice this way my tailbone is going down and my head is going down. My chest and belly are pulling up. And when I go the other way, I want the long neck with the head lifted up, chest coming through the arms and tailbone lifted. Some days I like to do this a little faster, but today just doing it nice and slow to make sure the arms are turning. And let me show you from the front view. The arms roll in as the shoulders come up, as the head comes down. And as you lift the head up, the shoulders go right down the back. And come down onto your tummy. Let me show you first of all, though, before you do that, the arm variation. So you'll turn your head in one direction and take that arm out to the side. The other arm that you can't see will be in a stop sign. And this same arm, that knee, is going to go out to the side. So if you're wearing spectacles, best to take them off. So come down onto your belly and turn your head one way as far as you can. Take that arm, the elbow out to the side, and just let the back of the hand rest. The other arm palm down, and that goes out to the other side. So this is your basic starting position. If you can, take the other knee out to the side, the stop sign hand. Now that will add a bit of tension to your neck. If it's too strong, just straighten the leg a little or a lot. Or if you find any other, oh gosh, that doesn't feel so good, just back out of it with the leg first. Now the most important thing to do here is relax. And you'll know your shoulders are relaxed when your elbows relax. So just letting your head turn. Occasionally see if the head can turn a little further. And don't expect this to feel comfortable. It doesn't while you do it, but over the time, practicing this pose will really help your neck. And again, just check that your shoulders are relaxed, your elbows are relaxed. And aim to stay here for about 2 minutes. There's nothing to be gained by staying there longer. And the more you do it, hopefully the more relaxed you'll be able to be. So let's say that's 2 minutes. Now to come out, you straighten the bent legs. Bring the arms back to a more neutral position and have the hands, first of all, resting underneath the forehead. When you feel you're ready to change sides, turn the head to the other side, take the arms out, and then the knee out to the side. And just ask your body to relax. And straightening the leg when you feel it's 2 minutes, or you can set a timer. Bringing your forehead down into neutral. Now, beautiful pose, which is great for necks and a wonderful pose to help you come out of traffic lights, which is what we've just done, is Sphinx pose. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. Keep the hands and the elbows the same width apart. So don't have your elbows too wide. You won't get the lift. Press down with the palms and particularly right down near the wrists, that part of the forearm. Press them down. Lift the head up high. And to help you do that, suck your belly in. So think of the tailbone moving down towards the floor and your belly button lifting up towards the spine. As you do this more and more, you'll find it easier to lift up and not to let the shoulders come up towards the ears. As shoulders roll down as you lift the head up high. How long do you hold it? I think that's up to you. But better to do a couple of repetitions rather than find that, oh, I'm exhausted now. So have a little rest. And let's go again. Palms down and heads up. This is a very important pose for posture, for being able to hold our head up. They're heavy. And release. Then bring the palms together. Bring your elbows in closer. And you can either do this on the knees or with your toes tucked under. So if you're on the knees, just lift the belly, the hips up off the floor. This is a beginner's plank. If you can, tuck the toes under and lift the knees up. Think of energy shooting out of the top of the head in one direction and out of the heels in the other direction. What you don't want is your bottom sticking up in the air or sagging down towards the floor. This is plank pose, and you want a straight plank. And coming down. Now keep that concept in your mind as you reach out with one hand, roll over onto your side, and lift the feet up off the floor. Here I'm using my hand just to help to give me some balance. So head is up to strengthen the side of the neck muscles. Legs are up. And here, hand is up. You know what's happening, don't you? That belly is pulling in towards the spine to keep it strong. And your buttocks are pushing forward. If you get a bit wobbly, just use your hands to balance. And over you go. Now to change sides, I'm going to do it face down because that's the way I've started and I've got something behind me. So arm out, over you go. Trying to keep your feet off the floor as you go. Trying not to do the old 1 foot pushing. When you're ready, arm up. Don't worry if you find this tricky the first time, so did I. But after a few goes, it became much easier. And then coming down slowly into Sphinx pose. One hand down, the other arm pulls in. Make it a lovely, gentle flow. And to go over onto the other side, reaching the arm out and up we go. Lifting the feet up as high as you can, bottom one pushing the top one up. Whoops, that's not supposed to happen, but here we are in real life. That's it. So if it does happen, have a bit of fun. And back into Sphinx. And over to the other side. Back into Sphinx. And then straight over onto your back. Now there's the simple version here where the knees pull into the chest as much as you can. Initially, use your hands to help. And then pressing the palms together, push the elbows wide. So you want the knees coming into the chest, the head coming up to the knees, the hands pushing the elbows apart. So you're rounding the back and working those tummy muscles. And knees stay together as you come over onto one elbow, pull the knees in close and push the other elbow up towards the ceiling. When you come up, roll onto your back and over onto the other elbow, swinging those knees in. So that's the simple version, keeping the head up, keeping the knees up. Wonderful release for lower back, great for neck strength. As you go from side to side, it's simple for one knee to get left behind. Can you pull them both in and have one on top of the other, one elbow on top of the other? And if you've been doing the abdominal series, you'll find this much easier. One thing helps something else. Now, as I come over the next side, this is sideways dog. So think of your dog having a lie down and then having a stretch before he gets up. So here I pause, keeping the knees in close and straightening the legs out, reaching the hands towards the toes or past. Often what will happen is one foot will slide back, the top leg will slide back. Push out with that top foot. And to come up, bending the elbows, bending the knees, and up you come. And I'm just going to have to shimmy a little bit this way to go over onto the other side and straightening the legs out. Now, for those of you who've been doing lots of the abdominal work, then you can do a slightly different version, which will require longer hamstrings and stronger abdominals. Not super strong, but just some extra work. So you have the elbow pushing down, knees in close, and on your back, you keep the legs up in the air, pulling towards you. Try and ask them to be straight. And as you come over, you pull them in closer to you and gently, with control, lower them to the floor. Enjoy the stretch. When you come up, say to your legs, stick together. Up they come. And swing them in as you go to the other side. Up and down a few times. How many of those would you like to do? Well, you can make it an abdominal strengthener. You can hear the work in my voice. You might also like to open the chest. Now, as I bring my arm over, that's about as far as I can take my arm in line with my chest. If I take it further, I'm overworking the shoulder. So to take it down, I either have to do more repetitions or open the chest more. And that's coming now. I'm still not quite to the floor, but that's as far as it's going to go right at this point in time. Rather than overdo it, I'll be satisfied with that. Much easier for me on this side. And there you are. There's some wonderful neck and a few more, a little bit stronger abdominal work for you. Working from gentle up to much stronger. Enjoy that. That's Yoga Spiritually, brought to you by me, Julia Symington, from Synthesis Yoga and Healing. Have a wonderful day.